is the deal, you guys? It is your girl Fallon Favors. Yes, back with another episode of the Baby Mama Chronicles. Welcome. This is your first time here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. We want to help the algorithm. You know, you're not gonna really hear no information and content like this on this baby mama, baby daddy plight. Okay, you're not gonna be giving it up like this. You know, we talking about love, relationships, self-love, self-mastery, and then of course just building healthy co-parenting relationships. So yeah, if you like what you hear, you know, just stay tuned. You're not gonna be disappointed. How to make peace with your baby daddy. I should have brought wine instead. You know, I'm still on my little low-key healthy kick. You know, I puffed a little bit before. It's a loaded question. It's a heavy topic. How do you make peace with your baby daddy? You know, it's a lot of layers when you start talking about healing in general. Self-healing is its own battle. And then, of course, if you have strained relationships with anybody from your parents to siblings to your kids to, you know, your baby daddy, you know what I mean? And just going through that process of healing takes time. That's the tough part about healing, is that it's not an overnight process. But I do feel like once you're in the correct mindset, right, to really invest the time and tools needed to get the end result that you're really desiring, you're really gonna put in the work, you're not entitled to a resolution, but you really feel like you wanna do your part to see that something is resolved, then these tips might help you, you know? So hopefully this game can kind of like set you on your way into being able to really heal with your baby daddy. So the first suggestion that I have on how to make peace with your baby daddy, right? You need to pick a day. You know, very soon. Don't procrastinate. You know, we're not in the mind of procrastination. This is something that's serious, because I'm sure if your relationship is not up to par, it's affecting your mental health, physical health, potentially, emotionally. Your child downloads and absorbs all that, in case you didn't know. So you want to make sure that your mind, spirit, heart, and everything is as clear as possible so you can show up as best you can for your child. So it is dire, okay? It's serious. You need to jump on it ASAP. It's not something that you can push off any longer. What you want to do is you want to pick a day. Pick a day that you can be completely isolated, okay? So this means that if you need to call grandma, auntie, you know, Gigi, PP, Mimi, and, you know, or Kiki, and whoever else, you know, TT, to pick the baby up or pick the kids up. You can drop them off, you know, or if you even want to employ, y'all know how I feel about saying the baby daddies is like, you know, here, watch your kid. Like, it's their child too. So if you're able to coordinate, we're gonna be politically correct, able to coordinate the, you know, time to work on yourself, and, you know, your child go with the baby's father, then that's perfect, right? That's even better. So you need a day or a weekend, really. If you can do like a weekend, can afford a weekend, and do a staycation somewhere. You know what a staycation is? For those that don't know, staycation is when you stay in your local area and you stay at a hotel nearby. So it could be a luxury resort if you have the coin. It could be the Holiday Inn, or it could be the Motel 6. Now look, I don't want to, you know, give up my ratchetry, but a couple years ago, the Motel 6 wasn't that bad. You know, they did a couple upgrades, had little hardwood floors, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of cute. You know, so don't be put off by feeling like you have to be in somewhere that's super glamorous. If you can do that for yourself, do that for sure. If not, you just need an isolated place. You want to kind of be away from home too, so you know that the purpose of what you're doing or where you're going, you know the purpose of why you're going to where you're going. If you're at home, you may get comfortable, you may get distracted, whatever. Once you've picked your day, you know, this is what you need to also plan for. You know, bring a journal, bring some water so you can stay hydrated, because there'll probably be some tears, pens, and any other things that make you feel comfortable, that make you feel safe. You know what I'm saying? If you need a bottle of wine, child, look, girl, no judgment, okay? A little shot, whatever you feel like you need to do, you know, your incense, your candles, your oils, your stones, your crystals, whatever you need, go ahead and pack that with, you know, inside your bag. This is a no contact zone. So ensure that everybody that needs to contact you understands that you will be away for that weekend. This is really like a small short-term retreat for yourself to kind of get your headspace together, right? So you have your day picked. The arrangements with your child are made. You have all of your things that you're going to take with you on the staycation. So you follow through and you get to your staycation, right? Let's say you check into your room, you relax or whatever. Make sure you get some food. You want it to be fun for yourself. So maybe, do some takeout. If there's a restaurant at the bottom of the hotel, maybe have a nice meal, get a drink, just relax in the lobby. You know what I mean? This is kind of also a way for you to be able to unwind and get yourself emotionally prepared to be vulnerable with yourself. And that sounds so crazy, right? Because you're thinking like, why do I have to kind of do all of that just to be able to start telling myself the truth? You got to start thinking about it. When is the last time you really told yourself the truth about yourself, about how you really feel, about what you're scared of, about what you're afraid to change, what you're afraid to give up, let go? It can get deep. And if you haven't really gotten to that place yet where you've encountered those types of emotions with yourself, then you probably are on the very early stages of your self-discovery and mastery journey, or you haven't knocked on that door yet. You know what I mean? I think they call that shadow work. You know what I mean? Like if you haven't gone on that journey or begun on that journey, then it's gonna be a little bit hard for you. But anyway, I digress. You get back into your hotel room, take your shower, take your bath, put on your oils, put on your robe, play your soft music in the background, no TV, no distractions, phone is off or turned down, whatever. No Instagrams, no Twitters, no nothing, right? It's just you and the journal. Y'all remember my journal? Where are my OG BMC gangs at that's been watching all the videos? Like back when I was at my old spot and my old journals. We gonna have some things coming up too with this, but grab your journal. You know what I mean? I write in my journal. My journal is filled with pages just talking about all kinds of stuff because you have to be able to get it out. And once you're in a calm state and you've relaxed and you've unwound, now is when the work is going to begin, okay? So the thing that I want you to be able to do is, and this is free game, you know what I'm saying? I ain't charging for this or nothing. This is not just based on my studying, and I'm always a student, I'm always studying. This is also just based on experience, you know what I mean? I think these things will really be able to help you. So what you wanna do is ask yourself questions. If you go to a therapy session, for anybody that's ever gone to therapy, which I hope you and I employ as many of you to go to therapy as possible. It really is just like a series of questions. They're just here to hear you talk, They want to get out of you what you need to get out in order to make the revelations you need to make, because oftentimes, if not all the time, we're so bogged down and convoluted with so many different downloads of emotion from all different places and spaces. So the therapist will ask you questions in order to be able to get it up. It's like vomit out of the mouth, get it out, get it out, get it out. So these are some of the questions that you're going to ask to be able to start getting your wheels turning as to what do I need to do and what positioning do I need to be in order to make peace with my baby daddy, okay? So the first one is going to be, how long did you know your baby daddy before you got pregnant? Okay? I don't got all day. I'm gonna run through these as quickly as I can, give a little context or whatever. If y'all want me to elaborate on any, then drop it in the comments and let me know. We can do another video for that. But first question is, how soon did you get pregnant before you knew your baby daddy? It takes time to get to know somebody, someone's character. You're not going to really know someone in 90 days. You're not going to really see nothing grow substantially, it's just not going to happen in that short-term time. It takes 9 months to create a life. It takes time to grow, the food that we eat, to lose weight. We all know this or whatever, right? So it's like, it's a process. It takes time. So you're not going to know everything you need to know about a person's character within a very short period of time. And how soon you allow yourself to be open and available for something that was so life-changing, like depending on how soon you allowed that to happen, as far as taking accountability for that, that is definitely going to have some bearing on the relationship that you have with your baby's father. All right. There are exceptions to the rule. There are people that sometimes have had one-night stands and they've been together for 30 years. Very rare. Okay. It's an anomaly. These are not like very common instances. These are like one-off situations. So to give yourself the best chance, you want to just assume If you take that path, it's probably not going to work out the best. You know, it might not be the worst, but it's probably not going to be what you genuinely want inside of your heart as far as what you want to create for your family unit. So, you know, you need to ask yourself, how long did I know my baby daddy before I got pregnant? Super important. Once you got pregnant, why did you choose to have his baby? It's 2022. We are in the era and world where they have, you know, everything from birth control to Plan Bs, condoms, of course, you know, and even in situations for people that feel like it's the best option for them, abortion, adoption. There are different paths you can take as a woman in today's society when it comes to being pregnant. So when you ask yourself that question, you want to kind of figure out, what is the real reason why I had this baby, right? Did I have this baby for religious or spiritual personal reasons? Meaning like I didn't want to go the route of having an abortion or giving my baby up for adoption. This is my responsibility. This is kind of what's in my heart to do. Was it because you were older and you feel like it was time for me to have children at this time? I'm getting a little bit older. You know, I don't know if I'll have another opportunity. Did you have a keep a nigga baby? With the intention of creating the kind of family unit that you wanted in your head without really laying the groundwork for that kind of union to take place? Did you try to shortchange it? Did you try to rush it? Did you try to put it in your mind like, okay, well, I'm gonna force it? Whew. You know, why did you choose to have his baby? Ask yourself that question, super important. How did he treat you before you got pregnant? You know what I mean? How did he treat you? Was this somebody who, you know, you developed a genuine friendship and relationship with over time, meaning you guys met, however you guys met, and you know, you guys spend time on the phone, FaceTime, whatever, text, you know, real time, talking, getting to know one another? Did you guys go out and experience life together? You know what I'm saying? Super important. Over the phone is only gonna take you so far. FaceTime only gonna take you so far. You know, how much time did you guys spend in tandem, like really going out to different places and seeing how they act in certain situations, certain environments, around certain people? This is the way you really get to know somebody's character. You know, did you have an opportunity to do that? Did that person bring you around his friends or family? You know what I'm saying? Did that person bring you in his inner circle? And so whatever he was doing with his life, you know, did he ever even hint around to you that he may be interested in having a family or a bigger life with you? Or was this somebody that you met and it was just kind of like, oh, he cool, he cute, we kind of, you know, vibed, and, you know, we would talk every now and again. I don't know what he got going on. He said he's not talking to nobody, but we'll see, you know, all of that. You know what I mean? Y'all may have went out once or twice. Maybe he pulled up on you. You know, niggas like to slide up on you. Don't really want to take you on, but want to slide up on you. Was it a slide up situation? Was it a sneaky link? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the nature of the relationship, babe? Like, how did he treat you before that? And let's say for the first time, let's say that you didn't get pregnant the first time you guys may have gotten intimate, because obviously you guys were intimate, otherwise you wouldn't have the baby. Let's say the first time that you guys, or the first couple of times you guys were being intimate, you weren't pregnant, but you guys were getting to know each other sexually. How did he treat you after that? Was he dodging phone calls? Was he curving you? Was he not answering questions? Was he being elusive? Was he being standoffish? Was he pushing you away? Was he responding to you in a kind and chivalrous manner? Baby, you got to ask yourself that question for sure, because that is going to speak volumes to what kind of father this is. What kind of man this, what kind of baby daddy is it, what kind of man this is, what is his character? These are questions to ask about his character. So ask yourself that question too, for sure. Okay, y'all ready for this one? Okay, this is good. And I have experience with this, okay? I just want y'all to understand that it's not a judgment. We're here to heal and to grow. So we have to get it out, and we have to be able to tell ourselves the truth, even if it's ugly, right? So how did he treat you while you were pregnant? When you were with child, how did he treat you? Let's take a moment of silence. Maybe that might be, maybe I should have saved that one for last. I don't know. I got a couple more. We're going to get through them. How did he treat you while you were pregnant? When you were with child, how did he treat you? Maybe that might be, maybe I should have saved that one for last. I don't know. I got a couple more. We're going to get through them. Because let me tell you, I'll use myself as an example, right? So, are my buns straight, y'all? We're doing this little cute little natural style today. Y'all like it? When I was pregnant with my daughter, and throughout my pregnancy, me and my baby daddy, I could probably count on one hand how many times we verbally spoke over the phone. We didn't speak in person at all. You know, it was a situation where he felt, oh my God, baby daddy, I'm not putting all the business out, am I? Okay, but I have to serve the people. I have to be a vessel. You know, he didn't want to be a daddy. He wasn't ready to be a daddy. He just was not in that space, and he was very young. We were both very young, you know what I mean? And he just wasn't ready. I know he just wasn't. So I felt like I was, and I knew that it wasn't the ideal situation. And you know, it's a tough thing, because when you make a decision as a mother solely by yourself, although the father is a co-creator in that existence of life within you, you kind of got to take what comes with that. If you're not going to take the baby daddy's, you know, input about how he feels and what he thinks about it, you got to take what comes with that. And I had to take what came with that, you know what I mean? And he wasn't, you know, and of course people could say like, oh, it doesn't matter, he's supposed to be there, that's his responsibility. Ultimately, he did, you know, up until the day that I had my child. I'll tell y'all that on another video, because that was a crazy, crazy situation. But, you know, he's been there her whole life, you know, but that initial period of time, he wasn't effing with it, period, because he just was not there. And so I didn't get treated the best. You know what I mean? I didn't have a lot of love. I didn't have a lot of support. I didn't have those walks in the park to, you know what I mean? Just for the health and, you know, the ice cream and the, oh, let me bring you this, baby, let me rub your feet. You know what I mean? Like that pregnancy that we all as women, I don't care what you say, that I'll do in total, in whole. I don't care if you're a, you know, a gay woman. I don't care if you're a trans woman. I don't care if you are, you know what I mean? Although I don't know if the ability for trans women to have babies and to conceive is available yet, but you know what I mean? Like all the women, all the variations of women that exist, you know what I mean? You want to have the kind of pregnancy and experience with pregnancy that is pleasant, where you have love all around you, right? I didn't have necessarily that situation coming from him. Ask yourself that question. Because if you're expecting him to be Prince Charming, you know, after he treated you like crap during your pregnancy, you are in a bit of a dream world, dream state. You need to wake up, okay? You want to be sleep in the right areas and awake in the right areas. You know what I'm saying? Conscious and unconscious in different spaces and places. You know what I mean? But as far as what's happening here in the real world, when a life is considered, come on down to reality, so that way we can figure out how we're going to make this work for the baby, right? Ask yourself, did he treat you well? Was it that loving, caring pregnancy that you had always wanted, you know, or was there friction from the very beginning? At this point, you know, once you're answering these questions, this is really going to bring up a lot. And of course, that's why I want you to write this stuff down, so you don't have to kind of hold it all in your heart and head. But it's going to get heavy, and it's going to get heavier with the questions to come. So just make sure you are, you know, just keep yourself open, okay? How do you feel about your baby daddy now? And how did you feel about your baby daddy then, when you got pregnant, around the time you got pregnant, or shortly before, up until the time you got pregnant? And how do you feel about him now? And I want you to consider, and I have that note here, I want you to consider your feelings for your baby daddy without considering whatever he may have done to hurt you, to lose your trust, to betray you, to disappoint you, to, you know, treat you badly. Let's take that out. Take all of that out. Let's say he never did any of those things that you feel like you may need to hold on to because you didn't appreciate how you were treated or whatever. Take that out and genuinely get in touch with, how do I really feel about him now? And how did I feel about him then? You know, of course, this can go all different ways. I'm not going to break down all the different ways in which that could be chopped up, but it's a relative and relevant question to ask because this is going to also tell you where you may have been holding resentments, and you may have just been behaving in a way as a baby mama that's not that favorable based on unresolved feelings that you have for your baby daddy. You have to be able to tell yourself the truth, sis. Okay, this is not about faking and shaking. We do enough of that on Instagram. We do enough of that on social media. We do enough of that with our friends. We do enough of that with everybody. This is why this is just about you. Nobody's gonna know if you tell yourself the truth. Nobody's going to chastise you or ridicule you. You know, soon we're gonna be doing coaching sessions where you can talk to me. So if you don't feel comfortable yet pulling that out of yourself, we will walk through and I will coach you through this myself, okay? And it'll be a hands-on experience and we can kind of, you know, do the healing together, you know? Because if you are still in love with your baby daddy, if you tell yourself the truth, then, or you just haven't resolved the way that it didn't turn out how you had hoped, and that weight of disappointment is just too heavy to carry, you know what I mean? You got to unpack that, sis. You got to unpack it because it's going to impact the relationship that you have with your baby daddy forever. You guys are never going to be able to get past, you know, that threshold of is it anonymity? You know, let's do a fact check for the word, y'all. I don't know. Drop it in the chat. I don't know. You're not going to get past that threshold of just not being able to really partner together and love on each other and your child as you should as far as co-parenting is concerned. What kind of father is he? Okay, we've done other videos, you know, y'all can go back and I'll probably drop it in one of these corners. You know, how do you know if you have a good baby daddy? You know what I mean? What are some of the signs that will tell you if you have a good baby daddy? You know what I mean? Is he on time when it's time for him to pick up his children? Will he do whatever it takes for his child to be happy? If he's not able to financially contribute, is he subsidizing that with quality time and ensuring that he's there at all of the performances and the games and, you know, the physical ways in which he can be present in the child's life? Is he providing financially? Is he taking some of that burden off of your plate for you to be able to have a little ease in your life and not be completely just stretched out or stretched too thin? Is he teaching your child anything? Is he, you know, really investing in the heart, mind, body, and soul of the child? Okay? How a man treats his child reflects how a man feels about you. Okay? If your baby daddy, treats your child like they're not the most important thing in their world, it may have an indication. There are definitely some indicators that connect that he probably doesn't F with you like that. Is he a supportive father or is he an absent father? Do I have to chase him down to spend time with his child? Or is he hitting me up asking when he can pick up his son or his daughter or his kids or his children, you know, however many y'all have or they have, or he, you know what I mean? Like, is he really into being a father? And throughout this, you guys breathe. Breathe. Get some water, okay? Get some drink. Whatever you need, get some smoke. This ain't a drink, dog. This is just ice. But get what you need, okay? To get this out and to not be too overwhelmed. You know, take it step by step. Breathe through it. You don't have to breathe through these questions either. Just breathe through them, right? So one of the last ones is, what have you contributed as the baby mama to create division or friction between the relationship you and your baby daddy have? What can you own? Ownership, babies. We gonna do something. We might do like a I got some stuff for our to be able to enhance our level of discipline, to be able to enhance our level of steadfastness when it comes to our healing. We're gonna have some stuff for that, but accountability, baby, is so important. I need you to really understand how important it is to be able to own your ish. It was one of these you little girls in my comments. You know, I really don't be going too hard on the comments, and I'll comment back. Y'all talk, I'll talk back. Y'all will see. it was somebody in the comments saying something like, are you serious about, you know, what you said? I'll drop the video too. I'll drop that one too, just in case, so y'all can watch and y'all can form your own opinion. But she was saying something like, you know, are you serious? You know, is it, you know, if this man didn't want to have no more kids, then why, you know, wasn't he wearing a condom? If he had too many kids, then why wasn't he being safe with me? Why was he telling me that he wanted to have a baby with me? And da 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 da. Like, I can't stand you. Pick me, pick me. First of all, pick me, baby. I've been picked for a very long time. Okay, so I don't need nobody to pick me. I've always been picked and chosen. I haven't been the one left in line. You know how they play handball or whatever. Like you know. I'm just saying. What it is that, you know, I had to ask her, so sis, after all of that, you felt like you wanted to divulge and share, which is fine. And it's warranted, because these dudes do be real reckless with their penis. That's a fact. But what responsibility did you have in the situation? What onus can you carry that says, okay, I know he did what he did, but this is what I did. You know, I didn't handle this properly. I didn't vet him properly. I didn't ask, you know, I didn't wait a certain amount of time to get to know him before I started having sex with him. You know, I allowed myself to believe what I was hearing, opposed to paying attention to what I was seeing through his actions over time consistently. I, you know, gave into the fantasy of whatever I wanted, you know, our relationship to be in my mind. What are you willing to own? What are you willing to carry? It is so freeing to be accountable. It's one of the rewards you get from being accountable. You get to release that. You get to let that baggage of that go. When you can say, I did it. Who gonna check me? What Sheree say? Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me? What you gonna do? I said it. I did it. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know what you said and what you did. You know, you might have to be prepared for what come with that. Because niggas can't fade. You know what I mean? I don't know. But, you know, what are you willing to own? Because that's going to be a very integral part in the healing journey, of course, with baby daddy, and then for yourself, and just see what you can come up with. You know what I mean? You don't have to beat yourself up. You don't have to, again, chastise yourself or judge yourself. You want to do this in a loving way, but you do want to tell yourself the truth about what you may have contributed to what the division and what the friction is. And it's important because if you know for a fact, for example, you've played keep away with your baby intentionally. It's so many stories that I hear from the homies that have kids, you know what I mean? Of course, we all have male friends, brothers, uncles, cousins, daddies sometimes even. And, you know, you see these women playing these games with these babies. The man haven't seen his child in months. You know what I mean? The child is developing and growing. Anybody that has kids will tell you those phases go so fast. Next time you see your kid, they're in a totally different phase and they're missing it because you're trying to play games with his emotions. You can't get to his emotion and his center any other way besides doing it through his seed. And you play on that, which is such a toxic behavior. You know, have you been adding to the division? Have you been really, you know, just being difficult in times and moments that you don't necessarily have to be? Ask yourself that and tell yourself the truth. What are you holding on to that he did, that he said, that he didn't do, or that he didn't say? What are you holding on to that he did to you, okay, in your experience, that you are not willing to let go of, that you haven't let go of? What is it? Was it something he said to you in a heated argument? Was it the way he treated you before you was pregnant, while you was pregnant, after you was pregnant? Was it the fact that he chose not to be with you, period? That stings, but you know what I mean? Like, did he walk away when you were hoping that he would stay? Did he create a family somewhere else? Did he tell you lies? Did he lie to you? Was he, you know, dishonest? Was, you know, the fact that you didn't get to know him really, you know, but, you know, he showed himself to be one way and his character showed him to be another way as time went on, and you feel betrayed by that? Did he talk about you? Did he shit on you to people? What did he do that really, really hurt you, that really has caused a wedge between the relationship that you guys have and that you haven't been able to let go of? What is it? Figure that out. Okay, and that's why I said if you can stay a weekend at the staycation, do a weekend, you know, because maybe you don't know. Maybe you're gonna need time to like process that and think that through, you know. So maybe, you know, Friday night you check in, Saturday you break all of this down, ask yourself these questions, answer the questions that you're able to at the moment, but the heavier ones, maybe wait until Sunday and really, you know, give it some time to think about it, pray on it, like, you know, wake up with that perspective and asking God, you know, how do I get to the center of to answer this question? Because it's important. It's everything. Because you are not going to be able to make peace with your baby daddy until you can figure out why you already don't have peace with your baby daddy. Why is it already not peaceful? If he's not beating on you, if he's not abusing you verbally, you know, if he's not abusing or hurting your children, if you guys are not in severe, grave danger, if he is not, you know what I mean? Like that super toxic environment, telling your kids that he gonna pick them up, you know, and don't pick them up, you know, 7 times in a row. Toxic behaviors. If he's not doing those things, what are you holding on to, sis? What is it? You got to get it out. You got to tell yourself the truth. You have to find a resolve for it, because that is going to be probably the catalyst, really. When you think about all of the different things that we got out, that's going to probably be the catalyst to figuring out, how do I now fix it? How do I now let it go? How do I now forgive? How do I now make peace with the past? So important, okay? So again, once you have all of these things, you know, sorted out, this is going to be the part, this is like a part 2. I might do a part 2 to this video. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to elaborate a little bit more on this part, but this is going to be a little bit difficult for some of you potentially, because y'all got a lot of pride, okay? You got to tell baby daddy all of this stuff. Oh my God. Now, some people may say, like in therapy, when they tell you, to, you know, write the letter to the person that hurt you, and never give it to them, because it's really not about them accepting your struggle, or, you know, or you needing an apology from them. It's for you to get it out and let it go, right? But this is not something that's just gonna get let go. This is not somebody that abused you maybe in your past, where it's like, F them, you know what I'm saying? This is somebody that, well, they could have, you know, in those instances, but you know what I mean? Like, this is somebody that you have to raise a child with forever. And it don't stop at 18. That person becomes your family for the rest of your life, as long as your child is living and beyond. That person becomes an extension of your family, in case you did not know, okay? So you can't just walk away from that like it's all willy-nilly and it's all good. You need to invest everything you have in trying to mend that relationship, because ultimately it is going to affect your child or your children. So once you have these thoughts together, yes, what you want to do is you want to hit baby daddy up, and you want to say, you know, when you're ready. And again, I don't want it to be too much of a gap in between time, you know what I mean? I would prefer it be maybe like within the next week or 2 after you have this experience, you know, especially, or definitely within the month that you're in, that you have this experience. Speak to him while it's still fresh in your mind, and you want to be able to relay the things that you feel are most important for him to know, you know. And again, we can go through how that dialogue and what that conversation would be on another video, but at some point you're going to have to get with him, and you're going to have to divulge this information to him in a way that you feel like he could digest. You know, your baby daddy, you know, if you know it's better for y'all to meet at the beach, you know if it's better for y'all to meet. Now granted, hold on, I didn't say this. If you're a real boss bitch, because some of your baby fathers, if you keep it real, okay, have other families, have girlfriends, wives, other situations outside of your own. So you also want to be respectful. You understand what I'm saying? If you have a man already, even if you and your baby daddy are not in a relationship anymore, and it's not all the way copacetic like you would like it to be, you can have a man. You have to think about how you would feel, you know, in that position as well. And from women to women, or woman to woman, just understand how you would feel in that scenario, in that situation. So, you know, you want to be respectful. So when I say the beach, this is if you know your baby daddy not with nobody, he not really, you know what I mean? Because if it's that kind of thing, you also probably, it couldn't hurt to be able to tell not baby mama, but his new wife, girlfriend, whatever, is it okay? I do want to have a conversation with him. You know, you could start out by having a conversation with them both. I wanted to come to you guys both. I know you guys are a family unit, and you guys are doing your best to raise our child. So, is it okay if we have a conversation? Because I feel like there's some things that we need to be able to get out. Now, if the woman on the other side don't really respect that, then she's not there. You know what I'm saying? That means that she's not there, or she's intimidated, or she's threatened. You know what I mean? So all of these things I'm talking about is like best case scenario where everybody is mature in the situation. But I digress. Find a place that's comfortable, where it's safe and all parties can be respected. I'll just say that, and spend that time talking to your baby daddy, getting these things out. And the biggest point, you guys, is going to be able to do this without any expectation. This is not like I was talking about the therapy thing. When you write the letter to the person that you feel like they hurt you, this is not for you to get forgiveness or for you to forgive them. I'm sorry, and for you to receive an apology or it's not about that. It's about you being able to face up to what you really feel and do it with the person that really holds a high regard in how your child is going to develop and grow. It's a lot, you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. I've already talked way too long. I knew this is going to be a long video, but it was important for me to give you guys some tools of and this is just kind of scratching the surface. And this is best case scenario. These tools are going to help you if you're already in the mind state to heal, okay? But if you're struggling with even getting to the point, you have a lot of blockages, you know what I mean, within you that will not allow you to move forward in any area of your life, it's going to be very difficult to be able to digest this information and actually apply it. It's one, thing to hear information, but it's a whole nother thing to actually apply the information that you've gathered and, wait for it to manifest and see the results that you want. So, okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I will be back with another video very soon. If you guys want me to talk about anything specific, of course, let me know in the comments. You guys, I've been MIA. If y'all want to hear about that, let me know. If not, then, just expect some more videos to come. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know what you want to talk about. For people that are interested in coaching, I will be doing virtual, meaning, either FaceTime, Zoom, coaching with some of you that really need that extra push and assistance. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give y'all as much free game as I can. That's why I'm here. It's not about, clocking no dollars or whatever, but I definitely want to make sure that you guys actually heal the way you need to heal, because ultimately these are our kids, these are babies that we raise, and this is the future, it's the next generation. We don't want them to be messed up. We know the kind of things we went through as kids. We don't want to put that on our children, okay? Y'all make sure, look, I'm gonna drop my Cash App this time. We doing tips in 2022. If you want to tip your girl and drop something in her hat, make sure y'all do that. I will drop the Cash App information in the description box. And yeah, y'all, I will see y'all really soon. Subscribe, like, share, all of that good stuff. Comment, I love you guys. Peace.